Hey, this is Photography Bonsai. Recently, a viewer named Alvin asked me about stabilization with the EFM 32mm lens. Sound like a good idea. I'm going to take it a step further with all the lenses for the EFM system that I have. I took them out to my local state park, did a bunch of testing with everything. We've got the 11-22, we have the 32mm lens, we have the 15-45 kit lens, 22mm f2 lens, and also the 55-200mm lens. Throughout all the lenses, the settings were very similar. Basically 24 frames a second approximately. We have 1/50th of a second shutter speed, ISO 100, aperture of f5.6 for most of them. With the two different zoom lenses at the maximum zoom, I did do a test with the minimum and maximum zoom on all the zoom lenses. Basically, it starts at f6.3 instead of 5.6. Those videos will be a little bit darker because I had all the settings the same. I didn't change anything else. With each lens, I did no stabilization, optical stabilization if available, digital and enhanced. Also keep in mind with the M50, when you set digital stabilization, the optical goes on automatically if the lens does have that. Anyways, let's get started. 11-22 at 11mm. Eleven and 22 at 22mm. .32mm lens. .15-45 at 15mm. .15-45 at 45mm f6.3. .22mm lens. .55-200 at 55mm. .55-200 at 200mm f6.3. After the main test, I used just the 32mm lens with other testing, kind of more normal situations, basically hand holding, getting scenes, doing a little bit of panning, do some vlogging. Now that you've seen the footage, let's go over the results, at least what I saw. You might see things that I missed. Basically, if you have optical stabilization in the lens, that's what you want to use just by itself. You don't need anything else. It looks good, you have the full frame, you don't lose any information. But if you don't have stabilization in the lens, I think digital in the M50 is decent. It looks pretty good. Some situations where there's a lot of motion, you get weird look to the image or basically video. But overall, I think digital is decent for the most part. Now with the enhanced stabilization, I think it can be useful in some situations, but you get the big crop. You lose a lot of image quality, you get really extreme look when there's a lot of motion in the video that's not good. And I also put some of the Vegas Pro 15 stabilizer in there with the software, and that had some issues actually with one of the clips. It kept jumping. So if you want to compare enhanced with some type of software solution, enhanced might be a good option if that's all you've got, or if your stabilizer software is not good. Especially with the lenses with no optical stabilization, I think just going straight with no digital is a good option if your software for stabilizing is high quality. Just things to consider. I would prefer to have the most frame as possible because that just gives me more information to use. That's it for the video. I hope you found it useful and informative. There are so many variables in tests like this. I mean, basically I should have gone on more flat ground for the standard test in my opinion, but you do get some decent results in this case, at least good enough to get a feel for the different stabilizer options. If you want to see all the footage, full frame, I have a unlisted video you can check out. I'll put it in the description, I'll put it in the card, I'll put it in the end screen. If you want to look at that, it's pretty long and it's very dry, but it's in there and it's basically all the clips individually, one by one, that you can look at. You'll get the full view of quality and everything like that. You can share that if you want. I just made it unlisted because I don't want it to show up to subscribers and things like that. Again, thanks for checking out my videos. Scott from Photography Bonsai. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a lot. Likes and shares of the videos helps out a lot as well. Thanks again.